Welcome back to my final assessment, and this was a doozy. We're starting off with the scripts that I've created. This is the start menu script. This will start. When I click on it, this will load. If I click the start button, it will load into level 1. If I click on the quit button, it'll just automatically quit the game. Here we have enemy damage. Up here, it shows that the damage each time the enemy does is 10, worth 10. And this over here will allows the enemy to touch the player dealing damage. And this also is a way to find that says that it's touched the player. Here we have the player's health. It starts at 100, so each time the enemy touches, it drops down 10, and it comes down here. So this updates the health bar each time it's hit. Down here, this tells us that if the player reaches 0, it comes all the way down to here, where it will say that the player has died, and then it will load the game over screen. Here we have enemy movement, which up here it shows that the minimum speed they can move is at 1, the max is at 4, and same with the directional change, with the change. Here, this will allow the enemy to move at a random speed between 1 and 4. And down here, this changes. Sorry, down here, this is where it changes the direction they're moving after a certain amount of time. Here we have a game manager, which gives off the audio whenever the fruit has been touched, or in this case the coin. It'll make a sound, 1 of 3 dings. Here's our coin. This is where when it touches, when the player touches it, it'll accumulate points. Where does it say? Oh, down here is where it's accumulating the points and where the audio gets put in. This part down here also allows the coin to disappear and reappear at a random spot. Sorry, on the screen. Here we have our player control. Basically, this is how the keys to put in for the directions that the character is moving. Here are the keys that initiate, so W moves it up, S moves down, A moves left, and D moves right. We also have where the score has been added as well. And yeah, there was take damage here, but that turns out is not necessary. So if we get into the game, here we can see, here we have the start menu. And when I load it up, it'll come up with 2 buttons, start and exit, or quit game. They light up, they're good. When I hit quit game, it's done. It quits, it exits the game. I start it up again. Once it loads, if I click on the start game, it'll bring it to level 1. As you can see, the enemies here are moving around at random spaces, and you can hear the dings and chimes of when I touch the strawberry. You may also see that the bar is moving up each time. And the real tricky part, come back here, come on. They're not going to do it. Let me start it again and I can show you what the end screen when the player reaches 0. Let's see. Start again. Yeah. It's saying that I am touching them. They're gone. Back. Oh, I wish Now initially I wanted this bar to go down. This was meant to be the health bar, and each time the player touched the enemy, the health bar would go down, and when it finished, it would reach 0. Now if I can get the bloody things to touch, there we go. The player's health reached 0, it automatically jumps over to a game over screen with nothing with the quit button. What I did want was a scene that stated that I won, which if the green bar had filled up, it would jump over here to this area. It would just say, congratulations, you win, an exit button, and be out of the game. This wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be, but